The holidays are always much more fun when there are children around. It's the look on their faces when they see the presents under the tree, or when you tell them the story of Santa and his reindeer. They're always so full of wide-eyed wonder. Perhaps it's because they're able to see things that we as adults often overlook. The little boy in our next story has that ability, and now it's our turn to watch in wide-eyed wonder. In 1988, Jeffrey and Cheryl Hare had their first child, a boy. They named him Ryan in honor of another very special young man.
I had an adopted type brother named Ryan also, and he died of cancer when he was 18. So that name was a very special name to us, so we didn't even consider another name for him.
For 5 years, Ryan grew and developed like any normal child. And then in March 1994, he came down with the chickenpox. At first, his mother wasn't overly concerned about this common childhood illness, but then suddenly she realized that something was terribly wrong. Ryan's fever had soared to 106, and the red spots on his neck had begun to swell. He was immediately rushed to a local hospital and put under the care of Dr. Diane Foley. Ryan was critically ill.
There was infection underneath the skin of his whole body. It actually spread all the way around his neck. And at that point, when there's swelling, what you worry about in your neck is that it will affect your airway, and you won't be able to breathe.
The physicians told us that they were doing everything they could. They put him on all of the drugs. They told us that we should see some response within 24 to 48 hours.
But 2 days later, Ryan was getting worse, not better.
The infection was spreading to all parts of his body, but in addition, his neck was being held at a very unusual, difficult position, twisting so much the doctors were very concerned that it would actually snap his spinal cord.
After almost 2 weeks of trying everything to save Ryan's life, the doctors told his parents there was nothing more they could do.
Our whole mission in life is to heal, and it's very difficult to be in a situation where you have to admit you can't do that.
When the doctors came and told us that there wasn't any more that they could do, it was kind of a helpless feeling, kind of a wow, we're in this alone.
I was very scared when they told us nothing more could be done. I really believed that Ryan might die. That was probably the first time it really sunk in.
But Cheryl refused to give up hope.
I turned away from all the medical things that I knew and turned straight to my faith.
She read a story about how angels are always nearby, ready to guard us in our times of need. And then she quietly asked them to come to the rescue of her dying son.
Please, Lord, we need you to help us. And I asked specifically, I'm not sure why, except that there were 4 empty corners in the room for 4 angels just to sit up in the corners and to watch over my son.
The next day, while his father Jeffrey kept vigil by his son's side, Ryan's condition dramatically improved.
It kind of stunned me. I was surprised that he was even moving, and to see him up on his hands and knees and appearing as though he wasn't in any pain, it shocked me. I couldn't believe that it could be such a night and day situation where he felt so much better.
12 days later, the boy who doctors had said might die was going home, and that's when he told his mother his own amazing story about the angels who had visited him in his room.
They kind of just standed there covering the corners that my mom told them to cover, guarding me to make sure I was okay. They were real nice. They just said that Ryan said hi.
Could the angels have been talking about Cheryl's dead brother? Could he have played a part in Ryan's miraculous recovery?
That really shocked me because we had not discussed very much with my son about him being named after my brother, Ryan.
Today, Ryan has fully recovered, and his family has little doubt of the cure. Even Dr. Foley is amazed.
I believe that medical science had exhausted all of their abilities, and I believe that it was only a miracle that Ryan got better.
I don't doubt that the angels came in. His recovery was so quick after he saw the angels, and I just believe it was a miracle.
That's all the time we have tonight. I hope you've enjoyed spending it with us and that you'll join us again next week.
Until then, from all of our families to yours, here's wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. Good night.
Good night.